Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Now, as we know, it's been a bit of a weird season. Man City's fall off, some surprise results, everything like that. So we're going to sort of cop out a little bit and do some updated Premier League predictions. We're going to go from 20th to 1st and maybe just explain a little bit of reasoning why we've changed it about. So let's go 20th.
Yep.
There's one team we've got.
Yeah.
Southampton?
Southampton, yeah. Anyone else who hasn't got 20th Southampton, yeah, I don't know where your head's at.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm going to make another bold prediction. I think they beat Derby's record.
I can see it, to be fair.
I think they will.
Yeah. I can't see where they can get a win. Yeah, they're Diblin's injured now, and he's probably their most promising player going forward. Iheanacho there's pointless of the man being up front, to be honest. He's just a lump.
He's just a lamppost.
Yeah, he's just a lump up front. And yeah, I just don't see where they're going to get the wins from to even push them up. So 20th. Yeah,
right. 19th. I've got Leicester.
Yeah, same. I think they'll stick to where they are. Yeah.
I mean, it's not going well under Van Nistelrooy.
No.
They also got rid of Cooper. If they get rid of Van Nistelrooy, that's 3 managers in one season. A club that normally does that does not stay up.
I think he'll be good in the Championship though. Like, give him a good year in the Championship. Like what Company did, you know, had a good year in the Championship. Obviously, he didn't do great at Burnley when he come back up, but he got a buying job. So it can do managers good to just have a year in the Championship. But I know he has fallen out with one player. I can't remember his name, but he looks set to leave now in January. And maybe there's a little bit of unrest with Van Nistelrooy, you don't know. Be interested to see if he does stay or go, but
I think he'll go.
Yeah, so 19th definitely. Yeah, same.
Right, up to 18th now. Gone with Wolves.
Same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just think it started off well. They got a new manager bounce. But the recent news coming out, obviously Vitor Pereira's fallen out with Lamina, stripped him the captaincy.
Yeah.
He's criticised Matheus Cunha. Yeah. And Cunha, I'm not going to lie, is a bit of a man-child, so he's not going to be able to say that. Of course, the links with him to Forest as well. Yeah. It's not looking good. I think if Cunha goes in January, because he's very likely to, I think that's their season done.
Yeah, I think their manager is... I think he's shown his inexperience, to be honest. I saw him in a game today against Arsenal, and he was losing his head. Like, João Gomez got sent off, and he was losing his head at João Gomez and shouting. And when you're a manager on the sideline, you want to keep it hush. You know, hush, you know what I mean? You want to just look, okay, doesn't bother, whatever. But he was fuming and shouting at his staff, shouting at the player. And I don't know, the manager they got in to replace Gary O'Neill, I don't think is the guy, to be honest.
They just thought, who's Portuguese?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think they will go down, and yeah, I think
they need it.
It'll be a big team to go down as well. Sort of like Leicester, you know, they've got great players, but yeah, just not got it this season. Yeah.
Right, 17th, just avoiding relegation. I've gone with Ipswich.
So have I.
We haven't confirmed, by the way.
I know, yeah.
But I can just see them, the way the teams are below them, the bottom 3, I can just see them just performing a miracle. I just think Kieran McKenna's going to be like, right, boys, we have to knuckle down, we have to get on with it, and I think they'll just scrape it. Yeah,
and what the other teams haven't got below them is a quality number 9, and Ipswich have got that. They've got Liam Delap, who can get goals. He can drive a team on by himself, and you know, you've got young players behind him. Amari Hutchinson, new signing Sammy Schmodic. No, he's not young, but still a quality player. Has shown his quality in flashes this season.
With that, what you were saying, not young players, but they've got Dara O'Shea, he's got Premier League experience, 5 Burnley. Yeah. And they just look like, I think they know they're up against it, and that's sort of going to push them through to survival. Right, on to 16th. Yep. I've gone with Everton.
Okay, what's that?
I can't see them doing better than they are now, but Moyes has stabilised them, which is what he was brought in to do. Yeah, I think that's what he does.
Yeah, I think Dyche would have done that anyway, to be honest.
I'm not too sure.
No? Oh, okay. Well, that's another video in itself, but yeah, fair enough. I went with Palace, 16th. I feel like they're just going to drop off this season. They haven't been anywhere near what they have been last season, as we've said in multiple videos. But yeah, I don't know. I can see him sort of dropping off. Glasner hasn't really got his thoughts across as everyone thought he would last season, and yeah, it's just a feeling, really. It's not really, you know, something that I know, but I just feel like they're going to drop off a bit and come around 16th. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got them a lot higher.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not insanely higher, but higher. On to 15th. Yep. I don't know if it's me being pessimistic or a little bit of realism. I've gone my club, West Ham.
Okay.
The reason why I've gone with us 15th is I know Tottenham are doing badly at the minute, but their players are starting to come back now. Yeah. I've looked at their injury records, and player for player, they are better for us than us. And I think with the players we have out, and we're still adapting to Potter's system, it's going to take time to adapt. And I think that those two combined isn't really a good fit. We'll get the odd result here and there, but I don't see us shooting up the table anytime soon.
That's fair enough. I went with Everton at 15th, so just one above you. I think Moyes has come in and looked good, so they might just jump up one or two positions for me.
Yeah. Right, on to 14th, Man United.
Oh, okay,
yeah. I just don't see where things can improve from this point onwards.
Yeah, I feel like I've gone a little bit higher. I just think they've got that quality that can change games. They obviously Bruno Fernandes, Ahmad. I feel like they can progress up, and so I got a little bit higher. But I can see why you've put them down.
I know what you say about Fernandes and Ahmad, but two players can't carry a team.
Of course.
And I think, like I said, they're not going to improve anytime soon. The behind the scenes is getting worse. It's not looking good.
And him saying it's the worst Man United team ever, wasn't it? And he said that as well. So it's never going to go down well, is it?
No.
Is it 14th?
Yeah.
I went with West Ham.
Thanks.
I feel like you've got some decent players in there, but something's just not right this season. I don't know why, and I don't see you progressing up further into the top 10.
No
so I feel like 14th is your position.
Yep. Right, 13th. I've gone with Spurs.
So have I.
I just don't see them moving up any further. The teams I've got above and the way they have been playing, I just don't see Spurs getting above it.
Yeah, I think they're currently 15th at the moment, so I'm recording. So I feel like they will push up once injuries start coming back.
But not high enough.
Yeah, it's just the injuries as well. It's killed them this season. And yes, Postecoglou's got to take some blame, but I feel like they'll progress up, but not too far, in my opinion.
I also think they'll sack him.
I can see it if they don't go through in the Carabao. I think they might do. To be fair,
I think that's the only thing keeping him in.
Yeah.
I think if they
or Europa League, they're doing well in that.
Or Europa League, but 12th, I've gone Brentford.
Okay,
not really. Big
for me,
moves.
anyway.
Results not going their way at current. They've only got one win in their last 6 games at the time of recording.
Okay,
But the thing is with Brentford, they can just flip a switch and they're just really good again.
Yeah.
I think they'll do that, but the teams I've put above them, I just can't see them moving above them.
Yeah, fair enough. I went Man United.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like they'll move up a little bit to where they are now. They look again have them flashes of brilliance, but as you said, the defence you can't trust it. So I'm not pushing. Yeah, exactly. I'm not pushing them up any harder than they have to be. So 12th, Man United.
Yep. Right. On to 11th. I've got Crystal Palace.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because they've been doing well of late. Mateta seems to have found his scoring boots again, and it's just a typical Palace position, isn't it?
It is. They love finishing around there, don't
they finish always 11th, between 11th and 13th, and I can just see them doing it. Jose's back performing well.
Yeah.
They seem to have clicked again a little bit, so I think 11th is fair enough.
Fair enough. I went with Fulham in 11th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've got some hard games in the back end of the season, hence why I put them here. Obviously, they're doing really well in general this season, but I feel like they've overperformed slightly. So I think they'll just have a little drop off, nothing too crazy, and finish 11th. So,
it's a good league this season.
So
to finish even near the top 10 is brilliant.
I think the league's great in that mid-table bit where there's so many good teams where they can push up or they can drop off, and the top of the league isn't really as good this year, I don't think, but I think that middle ground is very competitive this season. Yeah.
Right, on to the top 10, starting at 10. I've gone with Brighton.
Oh, okay,
They've been a bit, I don't know, it's going to sound funny, but they've been a weird team this season.
Hit and miss, haven't they? Yeah.
I think they can still pull results out of the bag.
Yeah.
Obviously, the win against Man United, I know it's not a challenge, but they played really well in that game.
Yeah.
And the players they've got, Pedro, Rutter, Minter, Kadioglu when he's back. Matoma.
Yeah.
I just think it's enough for them to stay in the top half. And I don't think Hurstler is good enough to play yet to maintain a European push in this calibre of league.
No.
But he's a young manager, and this is quite a young team. I think they can grow together and become quite a solid unit.
Yeah, and he's done very well since he's come in. He's done a lot better than everyone thought he would, I think.
I thought he'd get sacked.
Yeah, start of the season, 5 games, I think they were in the top 4, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, he's done really well. In 10th, I went with Brentford.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a Brentford sort of place to finish. Got good players, got some flaws in their game, so middle of the ground was where I thought they'd go. So, yeah.
Yep, right, 9th. A little bit higher maybe, but I've gone with Fulham.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think it's a little bit higher, but yeah.
But I just think the way they can play is really good, but they don't have enough consistency to push up.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's all I can say. Really.
Yeah, fair enough. I went with Brighton in 9th.
Yeah.
Looked good this season, especially that Minter. Do really rate him.
Quality.
Yeah, so 9th isn't a bad season for Brighton. I think they can, as you said, regroup in the summer. Hertz will have a year under his belt, and I think they'll go again and maybe get higher next season. So
why not?
Yeah.
Right, on to 8th. I've gone with Aston Villa.
So have I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think Europe has killed them.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it with Newcastle last season. We saw it with West Ham a couple of seasons ago. You know, when teams first get into Europe, it's a lot of
100%.
games to handle. And you think of the likes of City,
Yeah.
the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea back in the day. They knew what it was like. They knew how to adapt. And obviously, with it being a new sort of league for them,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
it's tough to handle. But they're still tough to beat on their day. I wouldn't want to play them.
Oh no, definitely not. They can turn up every now and again, but that's what I mean. They're very patchy this season. They can perform really well one game and then awful the next. They've also considered most at the top 10 current.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think it's around 36
Yeah.
goals. So they have been very leaky in defence this season, and it's not the best season, but I think again they'll regroup. They love good transfer window. They've had a good few transfer windows in the past season, so I wouldn't be
Their
surprised.
recruitment is actually really good.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, 8th for me as well. Villa.
7th, Newcastle. It was a tough one.
Ooh, okay, it's a big call.
I just think they're starting to show a bit of patchiness that they've been known for in recent years.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have, like City, they have enough quality to not slip.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just, Newcastle have that little bit of patchiness where they can just go 3 or 4 without winning.
Yeah.
And then just pick up another 9-game winning streak.
Yeah.
They're just showing that again.
Okay.
And that's why I think they'll finish 7th. If they finish higher, then I'm alright with it because I like Newcastle.
Okay,
But
fair enough.
7th for me.
I went with Bournemouth 7th.
I've gone very high for Bournemouth.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like they had a really good season.
Quality.
Iriola has just taken them up a level. And yeah, they look really dangerous. Like getting the tune out of Justin Kluivert. Semenyo's looking good. Ivan Nilsson is a really good signing as well. And yeah, their team just a good, solid team and improved so much. And then they'll have another transfer window coming in. So next season, I think they'll be even better. So yeah, 7th for Bournemouth for me.
Right, on to 6th. Probably a bit harsh, and I think you might kill me. I've gone with City.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, you can't really. We've been so hit and miss, haven't we, this season?
What I've got down in my notes, I think you'll just continue getting mixed results.
Yeah.
But you've got enough overall quality to not slip down even more.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, fair enough. I went with Forest in 6th. I'm going to sort of a little drop off. I think they'll have. They've been outperforming every expectation this season. They deserve full credit. But I feel like that they can only maintain this form for so long. They're in relegation zone last season. Do you know what I mean? So it's very rare that you get this all season from a team. So I feel like they will drop off. And 6th is a great season for them. So yeah, for me, Forest in 6th.
Right, on to the top 5 now.
Yep.
I'm doing this mainly because I don't like them, but Arsenal, I've put them 5th.
That's a big drop off.
I mean, the team just looks so flat without Saka, and he's out for about 2 months.
Yeah.
And I just can't see Arsenal, recouping the points. They're dropping silly points. I don't think Arteta's mature enough, but you know my thoughts on Arteta.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I think it's time for them to move on from Arteta, personally.
Yeah, I think it is as well, yeah.
But again, that's another video in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Arsenal 5th.
Fair enough, yeah. I went with City in 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we just missed out on top 4. We haven't shown anywhere near enough quality to look like a top 4 side this season, to be honest. But I think we'll win like a cup or something like that just to make sure that we get European football.
Yeah, I mean, it happens to a top team. You look at Chelsea a couple of years ago, they finished first and then finished 10th the next season. So it happens. You can't be on your game all the time.
That's it, exactly.
Right, on to the top 4. I'll put Bournemouth high, I'll put them 4th.
That is outrageous.
That's not outrageous.
Yes, it is.
It's probably recency bias. But the way
100 million% that's recency bias.
Nah, the way they're playing, I just have faith in them.
Bournemouth, Champions League.
Why
if you
not?
get that right, fair enough.
If I get it right, fair enough. But
that's mental.
I think the wins over City, win over City, the way they beat Newcastle when they was on form, they beat Nottingham, they smacked up Nottingham Forest today.
Beat Arsenal, I think, didn't they?
I think they have. They beat Arsenal. Let us know.
To leave a red card, I think, that game. Yeah.
They're just getting the wins against the big teams, and I think that's what you need to do when you need to push up.
Yeah.
And they just look like they're clicking, everything's going well. And that's why I've got them 4th. If I'm wrong, I'll happily be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's punchy.
I'd love to see it happen.
Yeah, so would I. I would love to see it, but I just can't see it. Do you know what I mean?
That's fair. You've got to be realistic, I suppose.
4th, I went Newcastle. Really liking the form of Isak.
Okay.
I feel like he's going to be one driving them to that position. You're seeing Anthony Gordon as well chipping in now. Jacob Murphy's looking so good in this past sort of 10 games. Obviously he has patchy form here and there, but he's looking really good for now. Sandro Tonali in that midfield as well has really stepped up, and I feel like their teams again. They've done top 4 before. I feel like they'll do it again.
Right, on to third. I've gone with Chelsea.
So have I. Yeah.
I mean, we've mentioned it before when we was talking about them being title contenders.
Yeah.
They're a very young, talented team with a lot of depth, but that is also what holds them back. There's no real experience in that side.
Yeah, it's that defence for me, I think, that won't put, get in the top 2. Looking at Robert Sanchez,
Disassi,
Badiashile as well. And they had to call back Trevor Chalobah after saying he wasn't good enough, and loan him out to Palace.
He was good on his return.
Yeah,
not man of the match.
Yeah, exactly.
I rate him so much. He's such a good player.
And Reece James is good while he's back, but you never know how long that's going to last. So for me, it's just that they need 1 or 2, a goalkeeper, and another centre back in the summer, and I feel like they can make a real push for that top 2 / going for the title.
Right, on to the top 2. Again, probably recency bias, but I think Forest will do it.
Again, it's an outrageous shout for me.
I think
anyway. Second Forest.
Yeah, I mean, the way they play. I know, despite today, we're recording after the Premier League game's been played. Mm-hmm. They had a blip, but it's the way they're playing. Elanga looks electric. Wood looks clinical. Gibbs White looks brilliant. We've spoken at length about Milenkovic and Marie. I just think they've got enough. But again, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But
it's a bold claim, to be fair. I like it. Why not?
You've got to go bold.
Yeah, why not? I went second Arsenal. I just feel like I feel like they're just even though they've got injuries, they're plucky. They stay in the game and they're really hard to break down, and a sort of a team that you hate to come up against because they're going to be diving all over the floor. They're going to be hard to play on set pieces. They're just a tough team to play, and they've still got that. Even though without Saka, they've still got that sort of. They always can get a goal. You never know. You can never switch off against them because I feel like they can get a goal no matter what. And that's, for me, that's why I put them second, because you can never write them off, I don't think. So, yeah, I went with Arsenal second.
Perhaps I'm being blinded by my hatred for Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think I might be, actually. Right, the champions, who we think we're going to win the Premier League, pretty obvious.
Yeah, who's top now? Liverpool. Yeah.
I mean, I know recently they haven't been great, but they always seem to just get results out of the bag.
It's sort of like how Jurgen Klopp, that team then, they always got it. They can never switch off.
And that's what you have to do when you're at the top. You may be dominant for a while, but you just need to get them last minute goal, like Nunes is against Brentford.
Yeah.
You just have to get it out of nowhere, and they're doing that.
That's it.
I mean, they're being dominated in some parts of the game in like the first 30 minutes, and after that they'll just be all over you. I don't see any of their players dropping off.
No.
They just look fast, clinical. Like, they could be 2-0 down, I think they'll go and win 5-2.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's been the best Liverpool team we've seen in the last few years, but they're just, again, they're so far clear of the others below. Like, they're nowhere near Arsenal. Arsenal haven't been anywhere near as good as them this season, So they're way ahead of them. They're way ahead of, your Chelseas, your Forests. So, yeah, for me, they had to be number 1.
But that's the end of it, guys. That's our updated Premier League predictions. Do you agree with us? There's some bold calls in there, mainly from me.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know your updated Premier League predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to follow us on all our socials. They'll be linked somewhere. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We'll catch you next one, guys. See you later. Don't forget.